Hi guys, my name is Tawo Abdurafiz. In this video we will learn how to install and set up DordStream on our local machine, so how to access it on our local server. Now before we can host DordStream on our local server, so we need some softwares which we need to install on our local machine before we can host it to our local machine, before it can work perfectly. Now these are the software that we need to install. Here I will list the software and explain the function of each software and the role they play in DordStream software. Now before I proceed, we'll get the DordStream file from our GitHub. So get it from our GitHub, www.github.com/DordStream. So don't worry about the link, we'll drop the link in the description below here. So this is the first step to take. The first step to take is to download the DordStream file from our GitHub. Now let's download it. So you can also read through the readme. You can read about this software. So now I'm wait for it to download. Okay, now it's downloading. Let's proceed. Now these are the software we need to install on our local machine. Now number one says 7-zip. 7-zip, this is used to unzip the DordStream file downloaded from the GitHub. That is this file we are downloading here. So we only make use of 7-zip to unzip the file, because it will, after downloading the software, the file that will display here to be zipped. As you can see the name, you have a DordStream main.zip. So it is a zip file. It's a zip file, and for us to unzip it, we need 7-zip software. So there are other software too we can use, but yeah, I'm prescribing using of 7-zip, which is free. Now it seems I'm not having a good network here. So I'm not having a good network here. So let's proceed. Let's download the 7-zip. So as you can see now, this is the direct link to 7-zip, which we use to unzip the file. Okay, now it has downloaded completely. Okay, now let's open the file. Now open the folder. So as you can see now, this is where the folder is. We have a DordStream.main. This is the file I just downloaded from our GitHub. Now let's download 7-zip and 7-zip. Now see, this is the direct link to the 7-zip. As you can see, So we have the one of 64 bits, we have the one of 86 bits, x86, which is the 32 bits. Now because I have it already, I have it installed already on my local machine, so I don't need to download it. But once you click here, it will download immediately, as you can see it here. So it is very easy to install. It is one step installation. And once you click on it to install, so it's very easy to install. Now let's unzip the file. Now let's unzip the file. Click, as you can see now, you see it here 7-zip. So let's extract the file. So now you can choose any location where you want to extract the file to. For me, I'm extracting it to document here, to my documents folder. Click OK. So wait for it. So that's the main function of 7-zip, is to unzip our zip file. That means to unzip the DordStream file, which we download from GitHub. Now let's proceed now. IIS, what the IIS is Internet Information Service, which serves as the hosting server. So it is the IIS that will make use of IIS here to install the CCMS, so that we can access it directly on the local machine. Then which we make use of IIS, which is the Internet Information Service. So you can download it. You can download it, and you can also leave it, because it is so we already have it in the Windows. That means in any local machine, it is there. That means IIS is an inbuilt. Let me just say it's an inbuilt software. That it's an inbuilt software. But for you to access this, you have to turn on the features, so before you can access it. But yeah, the reason I say you should download it is just to upgrade it to the latest version. So that's why I said you can download it as well. So it serves as the hosting server. So it is on IIS who host the software. So now let's take it now. You type download IIS. As you can see, this is the link to the. As you can see IIS 10.0 version, which is the version of the IIS. So that's why I said we should download it just to upgrade the version. Now that's all about the IIS. It is very easy to install. It's just one step. So once you click on install to install, now we have to have a bundle, because the DordStream was built on .core, which is .NET Core. Then which we need to install some bundles on the IIS, so in order to access in order for the DordStream to work. So that's why I say you are downloading the .NET hosting bundle. This .NET hosting bundle is a bundle that will make the DordStream to work on the IIS. So it is the bundle that will allow us to access it. On browser, and it's the one that also to allow us to also host itself on the IIS. So now let's type download .NET hosting bundle. As you can see it here, you see you have .NET you have download .NET Core. No, you are downloading the hosting bundle, not the .NET Core. Click on it. So as you can see, this is the documentation about it. This is documentation on the hosting bundle. So this is the direct link to download the hosting bundle. Then once we download it, it is very easy to install. It is one click installation. That means once you download it and click. The reason why I didn't download it because I already have it in my PC, I already have it in my local machine, so I don't need to download it as well. So if you have any issue on installing or installation, then we have our overstack here, or you can message me directly. I'm going to drop my social media platform, then where you can get in touch with me, and also you can also ask questions on our overstack page. So I will drop the link as well. But it's very easy to install. Now let's proceed now. Now I call Visual Studio Code. So this is the first one, of course. Visual Studio Code. It is used to develop the DordStream template. That means it's an environment where we develop our DordStream template. That means it's working with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Visual Studio Code is an environment. Let's see. So these are the tools we need. These are the software we need to work with DordStream. Let's download Visual Studio. As you can see now, Visual Studio Code. Now this is the direct link to download Visual Studio Code. Once we download it, we'll click on download. Once download, we'll install it. It is very easy to install as well. Very easy to install. Then this is it here, because I already have it here. This is the Visual Studio Code. As you can see it now. This is what we use to develop the template. This is what we use to develop the template. We use it to write our code, to write our HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and all that as well. But the main purpose of us using it here with DordStream to write our template, to develop our templates. That's the main function of the Visual Studio Code. The next one is called SQL Server Management Studio. This SQL Server Management Studio, we need it to handle the database, because the DordStream also depend on database. So for us to manage the database, to run it on a local server, to make use of SQL Server Management Studio. This is the studio where we enable you to merge analysis service objects, such as performing the backup and process objects. So it is this studio where we create a table to work on database. Now let's sit on Google here. Then once you type download pop up self, as you can see it here. So you see download SQL Server Management Studio. So as you can see now, so this is the direct link to download it to install it. Then the next one is SQL Server 2019 expression. So you can use any version. You can use any version, but here we are using 2019 because 2019 is the latest version now. That's why we are making use of 2019. This is used for hosting the studio, which is the SQL Server Management Studio on local machine. So this is a server. This is a server which we host the SQL Server Management Studio. So let's see it. Let's download it as well. Let's download SQL Server Express 2019, right? because the 2019 is the latest version now, so you can download any versions. You can download the higher version, sorry. So now, as you can see now, let's scroll down so that you see the direct link. As you can see now, this is the direct link to it. This direct link to Microsoft SQL Server 2019 expansion, then which we use to host our studio, our SQL Studio, because SQL Studio won't work without hosting it on SQL Server. So now I think that's what we need. That's the tools, or that's the software we need to install before we proceed on the installation of DordStream. So we need six software to be installed on our system before we can proceed, or before we can make our DordStream software work perfectly. Now I said number one, I say 7-zip. 7-zip is used to unzip the DordStream file, which we download from GT Hub. That was just to unzip it. The second one will say the IIS, which is Internet Information Service, because we are hosting it on IIS, which is the Internet Information Service. That's where we are hosting our DordStream CMS software. Now you said, so it is inbuilt in any system, any PC. Yeah, any PC always come with IIS, so you can download here to upgrade the version as well. So that's why I say we should download this to upgrade the version. Now I say we have our .NET hosting bundle. Yes, we need the .NET hosting bundle. We need to install. It's a bundle on IIS, which is a bundle that makes DordStream works on IIS. So for us to install, for us to host it on IIS and for it to work perfectly, so we need a .NET hosting bundle, because it was built on .NET Core, which is the higher version. .NET, that's .NET 0.5, then which we need a .NET Core bundle on IIS for it to host it. Now I say we also need a Visual Studio Code. The Visual Studio Code, we need it. Visual Studio Code is an environment which is used to develop our templates. Now we also need the SQL Server Management Studio, which allows us to work on the database. Then we have SQL Server, which is 2019 Express, then which allows us to host the SQL Server Management Studio. So I think that's all software we need to be installed before we proceed. Now let's proceed now. The next thing for us to do is to turn on the Windows features. So we turn on IIS. You turn on IIS on Windows, so that we can search the IIS, so that we can enable the IIS on our local machine. So now let's go to control panel. Now I want to enable the IIS on our local machine. Now we go to control panel. Now after control panel, we'll come to programs. Let's click on uninstall a program. Okay. Now we click on turn Windows features on. So it is here we turn the IIS features on. Now let's click here. So wait for it. So as you can see there, this is what it displays for us. This is what it shows for us. We have got .NET 3.5, but we don't need this to only need IIS, which is the Internet Information Service, because we want to enable it on the Windows. Let's see now, as you can see it here. So this is what we see. It's because I've already enabled it before, then that's why we see that it has already been ticked already. But now we have to tick it to tick some like this: security. You can tick window authentication, then requesting filtering. Now for the performance as well, you can stick static content compression. Now see for the application development features. For this feature, we enable this 4.8. allow the feature also to turn on because you are dependent on .NET 3.5. you want to continue. Then so make sure you click on this. Let's see. So then now after you've click on it, the next thing for us is to click on OK. So once you click on OK, to wait for it now. After then, so as you can see, after they will now make a search for here, find IIS. As you can see it here, this it has enabled here. This is the Internet Information Service. Then once you click on it, when you click on open, so this is where we host our software. Then so that we will be working on local server. This is where we host this software. So now let's proceed. Now let's host the DordStream software and let's see. The first thing we'll do is to create a application pool. Now this is an application pool. So now let's create an application pool because it is our website, our software, or our website will depend on the application pool, because this application pool that will determine the. Now let's name it anything. You can give it any name. Now I'm giving it custom now. Custom. Then the .NET version, let's change it to manage code, and let's click on OK. Now as you can see, now we've created the application pool. The next thing for us is to create the site. Now let's create the site. Let's add the website. Now we can name it any name. Let name it custom. Let's name it custom site. So I name it custom site now. So at this application pool, we select the application pool that we've already created, which is the custom. Now click on OK. Now this is where we select the unzip file, which will the DordStream file which will unzip. This is where we make use of it now. So now let's select the physical part to the website. So I extracted it to document, and let's search for it. As you can see it now, we have DordStream main. This is the name of it. Okay, now before I proceed, let me explain one thing before I proceed. Now let me open the file, the folder. Sorry, let me open the folder. This is DordStream now. So now when we unzip the file, we have this folder and file. We have a database, which is the folder of database. We have DordStream. You have the one of template. You have a file of admin login details, and we have the one of PDF file, which is the DordStream. Now this database consists of the software database backup. So it is a backup file. It is a database backup file. So the database backup file, which we also need it when we are hosting it on a local server as well. Now this is the DordStream. This is the main software. This is the main CMS software which we host on the IIS. This is the template which you can use, which you can apply, which you can upload on the CMS. You can see how it looks. Then you can also check the code as well. So this is the template that comes with the software. So now let's proceed. Now this is the admin login details. This is the details you use when logging in as an admin on the software. So username is the DordStream, and say the password is admin32 at. So this is the DordStream PDF file which contains the tutorial, the full tutorial about the software, how you write the tag, how you write the DordStream tag, how you write the SQL, the introduce SQL, how you write it. Everything is there in this DordStream PDF file. So everything you need, the tutorial and everything, it is in this DordStream PDF file. Now let's proceed. Now let's solidify. As I said earlier, I said the DordStream is the main software, the main CMS software. Then we'll click on it. We'll click OK. So now as you can see, we see type, see HTTP, see HTTP with HTTPS. But we are connecting on HTTP. You see all assigned. You see IP address, we are all assigned. You can make use of any IP address here. But now I'm making up all assigned IP address. So I'm making use of the localhost IP address. Now what about the ports here? Now I can select any ports which I want. Let me use 888 for the port. Then you can leave this host name. You can also write anything there. But now I'm leaving it. And let's click on OK. Let's click on OK to proceed now. Now we've created the website here. The next thing for us to do is to allow the IIS, which is Internet Information Service, to read through our web configuration file. To read our web configuration file. Then how do we do it now? Then let's click on the website. On the site, which is the custom site. Let's click on it. Then you come to edit permission, because we want to allow the IIS to read through the configuration file. Come on security, click on security. Now click edit. Then after edit, as you can see, you have system, you have the name of your administration, the administration name, then your PC name. See it. Then we'll come to add, because we want to add the IIS user, so that the IIS will read through the configuration file. Now let's click on advanced. Come to advanced, come to final. Then now we'll scroll, come to IIS users. As you can see, we have IIS users. You can see it here. We'll click OK. Then we'll give it a full control. Then we'll click on apply. So that you can see now. So we applied it. So now I've applied it to mails. Okay, now let's go OK. Now as you can see here, we have the system, you have the name of the PC, name of the server, we have the administration. As you can see, this IUSR. So this is to give it a full permission to read through the web configuration file. Now the next thing for us to do is to browse through the server, because we've already hosted now. So it has been hosted already on local server using IIS. Now let's browse through the software now, through the website. So wait for it to load. So before it's okay, let's wait for it now. So now we've seen it out. It has successfully hosted on local server. As you can see, we can access it directly. So we can access it directly. Now we've hosted it right now. But what remains for us now is to connect it with the database now. So that's what remains for us now. Now before we can go, so how can we connect it with the database? That's why we make use of the SSM, which is the SQL Server Management Studio. Now let's open our SQL Server Management Studio. Let's see SQL. As you can see now, Microsoft SQL Management Studio in team. So let's open it. Then now this is what will show us here when it's successfully open. This is what will show us at the first, if you so after the installation, this is what will display it for us. Now let's connect it now. Then how do we connect it now? So we want to open the studio now. We will make use of the point and the backslash. This point and backslash means it has been hosted on this server. That means this is the part where where you host the SQL on the server. So that dot slash. You can also write the name of the PC server. You can write it. So you can also make use of dot and backslash. Now write SQL Express, because that's the name. That's the name of the server. That once you install the SQL Express 2019, once you install on server, the name of the server that's hosting this studio is SQL Express. Now let's click on connect and let's see. Then this is where we make use of the database backup. This is where we make use of the database backup. The next thing for us now, as you can see now, we've opened it now. The next thing for us is to create a database. Now let's create a database. So now let's create a database. Now let's create a database now. New database. So as you can see now, we'll come back to the file where the extracted file. Let's come back to it. Then we'll come to the database, because we are making use of the database now. So now let's copy the name, because the name of the database you are creating on the studio have to be the same with the name of database here. Let's copy copy the name. Come to rename. Now let's copy the name. We'll copy the name without the extension. The extension .bak, which is the backup extension. So now we'll create a database with the same name. So you come here, you paste it. And once you paste it, so you click on OK. So click on it. Now as you can see now, we've created a new database with empty table, empty view, with empty table. As you can see now, the next thing for us now to restore the backup now, so as to retrieve all what is inside the backup. So we'll retrieve it back here. So the next thing for us to do is that to copy the backup file to copy the backup file now, to copy it to this to the SQL Server Management backup folder. Then how do we do it now? Then we'll come down to here. So come down here. So we'll copy the file. We'll also copy the file. So we'll come down to our local disk here, because we'll come out to our local disk. Now we'll look for program file. Then we'll look for Microsoft SQL Server. Let's see SQL Server, because we want to copy it to the Microsoft Server Studio backup folder, there, so that we can access the file directly to the studio. Now, so you can see it here. As you can see the backup folder here. Then okay, I already have one here. Let me delete it. Now we'll paste it here. So now we've pasted it here. The next thing for us now to restore the the backup here. There, how do you do that? You left click, then you come back to tags, then you come back to restore, because we are restoring the database. Click on database. So now I want to restore the backup file. So click on device, then we come down here to select the file. So come on to add. So as you can see now, as you can see that as you can see that it opened the backup file directly. So that's the reason why we copy it to the backup folder, so that the studio can open the file directly. Now let's click on it, then click on OK. Then next thing for us to file, no, we don't need the file. Come on our option here now. Now at this restore options, then we click on override the existing database. So that means it will override the new one you created here. Then the next thing for us to close the connection to the destination database. So now let's click on OK, and let's see. So wait for it. As you can see, it said the DordStream connection restored successfully. So now let's open it and let's see. Let's refresh it and let's see. So as you can see now, you see that it has restored it from the backup. You can see the table we have here, the default table we have here. So now let's continue now. So the next thing for us now, because now we've linked it with the database, the next thing for us now is to log in to the admin panel. Now let's click on admin here. Let's see, and for us to log in to the admin panel, the URL name, then we'll add /admin to it, so for you to access to the admin. As you can see now, this is the admin. This is the admin. This is the login, because you have to log in first before you can access the admin page. Now let's log in with DordStream. As you can see it here, we have the login details here. Let's see, this is the login details. So you can see, so you can also copy it as well. You can copy it. Yeah, paste it here. Now the password. See the password. You can copy it. So you can paste as well. Now let's see. Now let's log in and let's see. Now as you can see it now, it shows error now. Now let's read the error now. It said one or more error occur, can open database DordStream connection requested by the login fail. That means the login failed for this. That means we will not enable the login to the database now. So we have to enable the application pull to the database login, so that we can access the database. Now let's copy now. So to set this is the user now. So now we want to enable the login for the user now, which is IIS app pool /customer. So that's the name of the application pool we created on IIS. So next thing for us now to copy the name. Let's copy it and come back to the studio. Let's come back to the studio. Now we'll come down to the security, because we want to add a login to it. Now let's left click on it. Let's click on new login. Let's click on new login. Then now is where we paste the user. As you can see now, I've pasted it here already. Next thing for us now to click on the server row. That means to say the row to the login, we have a public by default. Now we also click on SYS admin. Now user map. Now this user map is used to map the database we are connecting the login to. Now we'll search for the name. It is the DordStream connection. So click on DordStream connection. The next thing is secureable. So I don't think we need anything again. The next thing for us to click on OK. Now we've created the login user with the application pool of custom now. So now we can access the website down. So now let's refresh the page, or let's access the admin again. Access the admin again. So now let's log in. So as you can see now, successful login to the admin panel now. As you can see now, we successfully log into it, and the software is working fine now. So as you can see now, now we've successfully install and set up DordStream software on our local machine. Now we can make use of it here. You can create post, create page, send message, comment, media, add template, and everything on here. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like to our channel. And if you have any question to ask on this software, or if you are facing any problem on installation, so you can send me message directly to my social media, or you can send it to our Overstack webpage.